Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a movie review of the movie Schindler's List. For those of you who have never heard of this, it came out in 1993. I don't know how you couldn't have heard about it. It literally was all over the news, but lately the left has been skewing the news different directions, so it's quite possible you haven't heard of it. This is a wonderful movie. It's called Schindler's List. It's a depiction, it came out in 1993. It's a depiction of actual events during World War II. Historically, Oskar Schindler was a German businessman, and he and his wife saved over 1,000 Jews from the Holocaust. And I know there's people out there who are saying, well, the Holocaust never happened. Yeah, it did. Trust me, it happened. This now, I'm going to warn you about this. This movie's based on Schindler's Ark. It's a book, written, and this movie's based on it. It's very, very graphic. If you're going to let your kids watch this movie, I would definitely talk to them about it and explain what's going on, explain how bad the Nazis actually were. This movie was shot in black and white. It's often listed among the greatest films ever made. And there's reason for this. I watched this movie and it's horrifying and graphic and moving, and it's there's a lot of people who watch this and it just forces the tears to come. It's so good. It was nominated for 12 Academy Awards. It won 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. It won 17 other awards, including the Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture Drama. It's a graphic depiction of man's inhumanity to man. Really great movie. The cast, the primary three in the cast are Liam Neeson, Ben Kingsley, and Ralph Fiennes. And Ralph Fiennes, if I'm not mistaken, plays the Nazi. Liam Neeson plays Oskar Schindler, and Ben Kingsley plays his Jewish accountant. And he's the one who makes the list of all the people. You have to know history. You have to know accurate history. This is about as accurate as it gets. There was one part, before I get into this too heavily. There's something I need to explain. Lefties hate this movie. They hated it. They said it was propaganda, and it was all made up. It wasn't real. Look at the historical records of how many Jews survived in Europe at the end of World War II. Don't look at the death tolls. Look at how many survived, and tell me the Holocaust didn't happen. Lefties hated this movie. To me, when a lefty says, "Oh, that movie didn't happen," it's propaganda. It's all made up bullshit. When a lefty hates a movie, to me that's a glowing endorsement, because they're trying to destroy history. There's movements out there saying the Holocaust didn't happen. There's a movement out there saying that the Jews were responsible for the Holocaust. Explain to me how that could possibly be accurate. We know for a fact, if you've ever watched documentaries on the Nuremberg trials, if you've ever watched documentaries on World War II, there's a very, very famous miniseries called Band of Brothers. There's one episode in there called Why We Fight. That unit recorded its liberation of one of those death camps, and that will bring the most hard-hearted son of a bitch to tears. It's just horrifyingly sad when they find this camp, because these soldiers who'd been fighting a war couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. They had no. It shocked them so bad what was going on in that death camp. So when people, next time you hear somebody say, well, the Holocaust never happened, it was, it's just propaganda. No, you tell them no. They need to study history. I've been saying this for a long time. Lefties are doing their damnedest to destroy history. And yes, Hitler was a socialist. He was a lefty. Nazi. He was a Nazi. Fascism. Fascism and communism are just different branches of the same socialist tree. A Nazi, N-A-Z-I, Nazi, stands for National Socialist. Okay? So, we call a federal agent a Fed. A Nazi, a National Socialist was a Nazi. Same basic concept. They shortened it. This event, the Holocaust, actually did occur. And this is about as stark and grim and graphic as you can get to describe a real event that did, in fact, actually happen. So I highly recommend this movie. If you're any kind of a student of history, or if you just don't know, watch it. It's based on true events. It did, in fact, actually happen. This is the depth that these lefties will go to stop it. There's a song that I don't know if they were singing it or if they were playing it on a phonograph record or whatever, but it was a Jewish song, and it in the movie, and the song was apparently didn't come out until the 1950s, and it was about the Jewish war in the Middle East or something after Israel was formed. And so the lefties point at that one little error and say, oh, look, the whole movie's bad. No. They probably just used the song because it fit. My point is, the Holocaust did in fact happen, and if you want to find out what it was like, Schindler's List. There you go. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.